Today I'm gonna tell you a story of a man who's trying to build every single Super Smash Bros. Character out of Lego, and how this next one was a real pain in the ass. This is my long and strenuous journey to make TOON LINK out of Lego. TOON LINK was going to be difficult for me to make no matter what, because he has a pretty specific art style to his design, almost like he's from a cartoon or something. Oh. I get it. Our story starts out like a lot of my other Lego journeys do, in the magical land of Bricklink, where all of your Lego dream projects can come true. For a price. I only knew of 3 pieces that I wanted to use for sure. Link's hair from the Deku Tree set, got that. Link's skirt from the Deku Tree set, got that. And Link's legs from the Deku Tree set, got that. But after that, I got nothing. So we're just gonna start off easy by looking at green torsos, because no matter what, I'm gonna need to match that green skirt that he has. So one of the main places that I always go to when I'm researching these Super Smash Bros. Characters is the color guide. The color guide on Bricklink has been my saving grace. So here you can see pretty much every Lego color that has ever existed, and all these pages are even updated daily. So if there's any place to find what we're looking for, it's gonna be here. So Link's outfit in the Deku Tree set is this bright green color, and it looks like they have made 841 pieces in that color, but we're gonna need to see how many minifigure pieces have been made in that color. So we're gonna scroll down here and look at the minifigure torsos. It looks like there is 50 of them. So hopefully there's at least one good one in there for TOON LINK. This one's not too bad. I would have to probably use the eraser technique or something else to get rid of this top part of the print, because that belt buckle is pretty good, but I think we can do better. I really like this one here because these lines would be pretty easy to get rid of, but I still like that V-neck line right there. Honestly, this one's not too bad because it still has a little bit of white underneath the neck here, but it doesn't have a belt. I'm sure you might be wondering, why don't I just use the actual young Link torso that's in the Deku Tree set? Well, I don't love the belt buckle that goes across his chest here, because TOON LINK doesn't really have that. TOON LINK's torso is a little bit more simple than that. There's not really anything perfect out of these 50. I think we have some good options, but I would need to modify them for sure. But I think for right now, this is going to be our best bet. So let's go with this torso. The only thing with that torso other than the print that's on it that I'm going to have to get rid of is that it had dark green arms. And as you can see from the game, Link actually has lime green colored arms. So I think we're just going to throw a couple of these in the cart here, this pair of matching lime green arms, and then we'll throw some light nougat hands on it, and I think that'll get that taken care of pretty well. So this is what we've got for our figure so far. Before we move on to the head, we're going to try out our eraser technique to get rid of some of this print on the torso here. And I'm not going to worry about the back of the torso since you're not really going to see it from the front. Man, this is taking too long. We gotta speed this up. Time to shift into maximum overdrive. Hi-ya! Now we're getting somewhere. Type in the comments who you think won this battle, the Lego printing machine or my Lego pencil eraser. We are now one step closer to our Lego TOON LINK, but now it's time for the part that I've been dreading for a long time. This next part was quite possibly the most involved and most difficult piece search I've done in my entire LEGO Super Smash Bros. Series. I even reached out to all my subscribers here in the community tab on YouTube to see what your thoughts were on where to go with this figure. And my grand search for the perfect TOON LINK headpiece led me in a few different directions, but only one will prevail. So here we are back at the color guide, and this time we're going to need to be looking at light nougat. I can't even begin to tell you how many light nougat heads I've looked at for this series, but I think I've seen all 1,077 of them a million times. But even then, nothing immediately came to mind as far as what would look like TOON LINK. And you can see here, this is definitely 1,077 items because there are 22 pages here to look at with 50 items each. So I had to look through these minifigure heads like I was sifting through grains of sand. Between the recommendations that people gave me in the community tab and kind of cross-referencing a lot of things on this page, I came up with 5 possible options. Now don't laugh at me for my first choice here, but my thinking was, Clone Wars is a cartoon series, and TOON LINK looks like a cartoon, so maybe this Clone Trooper head had something there for it. But the more I look at it, the more it scares me, and the more I want to hide under the covers. So we're going to say no to this one. Next, I went the route of the Mighty Micros sets. If you don't remember those, they're pretty cartoony looking sets that have very small minifigures that have very cartoonish expressions, so I thought there might be something there. And this one's pretty good. If this was my only option, I think I would settle for it. It's pretty good. I also found this one. This first one here is Superman. The second one here is Thor. I thought this Thor one might work as well. Got a big mouth, big eyes, blonde eyebrows, so I thought this would be another good option for Link. But there was still just something missing in the eyes for this one for me, because he has such big eyes in his render on Smash Bros. And Wind Waker that these ones just didn't really do anything for me. And I said there were 5 options earlier. I forgot there was actually a 6th one, which is this one here from Exoforce. I didn't count this one at first because it has this yellow skin tone versus the light nougat skin tone, because ideally I wanted to match the skin tone of the minifigure of the character itself in the game. But I think the eyes on this one, they're doing what I want here. This is exactly what I want his face to look like. It's just that since this was made in 2006 and it was an original Lego theme, they only made these characters with the yellow skin tone, or with the yellow color here. So this one just wasn't doing it for me with the skin tone, but the eyes were perfect. So that's what led me to my final 2 options that I really think started to narrow it down for me. One of my last 2 options here was Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender, because his eyes were doing what I wanted them to do. He had the light nougat skin tone, the smirk even kind of looked like Toon Link. We could cover up this hair with a hairpiece that's going to go on there. Almost everything was perfect on this one, except the eyes are blue. And yes, I'm going to be that picky, because Toon Link's eyes are black. So there was just one last option for me, and here's what it came down to. Aang himself from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Sokka was so close to what I wanted that I dug just a little bit deeper, and I finally realized that Aang would be my Toon Link. Big cartoony eyes? Check. They're black? Check. Big cartoony smile? Check. Light nougat skin tone? Check. Big blue arrow on his forehead? Dang it. We're gonna have to erase that. But everything else, perfect. Now it's just time to buy this figure, and oh my god, it's $23. Oops. Remember what I said earlier about Bricklink, how it can make all your Lego dreams come true for a price? Well, here it is in action. But here's the twist. Using my superior Red Suit Studs 9000 IQ memory, I was able to achieve this piece for cheaper than $23. I saw that the piece was listed in somebody's Bricklink store. However, it was used and the condition said that some of it was smudged. But here's my thought. What if it's the blue arrow that's smudged? Well, then I don't have to worry about it. But that's not the case. It was actually smudged somewhere else that was important. But next I found out that in their store, they had another Aang minifigure head that wasn't listed. And guess what? That one was in better condition. So I'm emailing back and forth with this Bricklink seller, making deals, bartering, using my 9000 IQ memory. And then I finally got the Aang minifigure head that we need. I swear to God, I'll do anything for this channel. The only problem with this head is that it's a little bit sun damaged. It's kind of tanned. So my thinking is, if it doesn't match close enough to the light nougat hands, I might be able to use some medium nougat hands to kind of mask the fact that it's a little bit too tanned. But other than that, it's in great condition, and I got it for $15. Still an insane price to pay for just one Lego piece, let alone a minifigure head, but it's the perfect piece. Can you tell I'm going insane yet? So if you've ever wanted to hold upwards of $20 in about 0.2 ounces of plastic, this is what it looks like. Now, the tricky part is going to be erasing just that arrow from the forehead. I think I'm going to test it on the back of the head just to make sure it looks all right, because I'm a little nervous because of this sun damage on the minifigure head here, that if I erase the blue arrow, we might get to the true light nougat color of the head as well, and then it's just going to look like he got sunburned all but on his forehead. So we got to be real careful, so we're just going to test on the back. Like I said, careful. So I think we're safe to erase on the front of the head. I don't need to make this back one perfect at all because it's going to be covered, but I just wanted to test it to be sure. But I have already destroyed all the value in this head anyway, so why don't we make it a little bit worse and get rid of that print on the front? So I started by erasing the front with the drill again, and then I realized that I really shouldn't be doing that because I'm gonna have to be pretty careful to get this front arrow off here because we really don't want to mess up any of the rest of the face. So we're gonna do the rest by hand. Nah, too slow. Guys, I got some bad news. I may or may not have messed up a little bit. First of all, you can see all my carnage here from the eraser. We kind of got Toon Link's eyebrow a little bit here, or Aang's eyebrow, I guess. Here, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see better. It's a little off. Oops. I'm hoping that from afar you won't really be able to notice, but my theory about getting to the light nougat color of the head actually I think is true, because you can kind of see it's a little bit brighter than the rest of the tan head. But look, all in all, I think we're there. I think we got it. So let's put her on and we'll see how it looks. Oh yeah, brother, look at that. Now that is Toon Link if ever I saw him. Aside from the little eyebrow mishap and slight non-tanning on the forehead, I think it looks pretty good. So after that whole debacle, let's do something fun and give him some accessories. So obviously we can give him the Master Sword since he has that sword in Wind Waker, but I also gave him his shield from that game too. It has a pretty unique shape with this 2x2 modified tile that I used, and then I just put a accessory holder on the back to make that shield. That shape was actually pretty unique to try and get in Lego. It wasn't until I found this exact piece that I was able to come up with this shield here, but I think it looks a lot like the one in the game. It's only missing decals on the front, but I think the shape and color give it the overall vibe. And to get even more specific with his Wind Waker appearance here, I gave him this white Harry Potter wand because it looks just like the Wind Waker baton. And I think I might actually display it with the wand instead of the Master Sword because, you know, the Master Sword, it's important in that game, but honestly not as important as the Wind Waker baton. So I think I'm going to have him like this displayed with my other Smash Bros. Characters.
Yeah, don't worry, we're almost at the end of the video. I just gotta clean my desk, okay?
And there he is. Who would have thought that this tiny little minifigure that has two other versions in Smash Bros. That have actual representation in LEGO themes would be that difficult to make? I sure as didn't think so. Regardless, if you enjoyed watching me lose my mind while making this little Toon Link minifigure, go check out some of my other Smash Bros. Videos or some of my Zelda videos. As always, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next time where we talk about a character that has much more king-sized proportions than Toon Link.